Just over 100 kilometers north of Mombasa lies a marine miracle, a place where the Indian Ocean whispers secrets to the shore, where the coral kingdoms thrive beneath the waves, and where some of Kenya's most important marine conservation efforts began. This is Watamu National Marine Park. Established in 1968, Watamu National Marine Park was the first marine park in all of Africa. Today, it remains one of Kenya's finest, part of a globally recognized UNESCO biosphere. It stretches from the mouth of the Meader Creek in the south to the northern headlands of the Turtle Bay Beach. Its eastern edge is the reef, and to the west, the Meader Marine Reserve cradles the creek like a sanctuary. In this sanctuary, no fishing is allowed, not a single net or hook. It's a breeding haven for over 1,000 species of fish and over 100 types of hard coral, including the rare and luminous mushroom coral. From surgeon fish to snappers, the reef is a living tapestry of color and life. Corals aren't just beautiful, they are vital. They clean the water, they provide shelter, but they are fragile, sensitive to pollution, temperature, and time.
Watamu Marine Park was gazetted in 1968. It is among the oldest park, and it was registered as a Man and Biosphere. That was 1979, and then it is also registered as IBA, that is Important Bird Area, also a mammal area, like the dolphin and other whales or other mammals that they are found within the marine parks. And then the marine park covers 10 kilometers square. And then we have the mangrove reserve that is 32 kilometers square. And then we have a shared reserve that is 213 kilometers square. Our park is found within Kilifi County. And then we have the pulling factors or the attraction features. We have the glass boating, that you can take the glass boat and then you take a ride to the park. That's one of the, when you take the ride already, it's an attraction, because you can just come for the ride. And then we have snorkeling. You can get to the park and then you get out of the boat and you swim using the snorkel. And then you can go dolphin watching. You can go bird watching. You can go for the sunset, the sundowner, and then you can do the sunrise also.
Beyond the reefs, the mangroves take over. With their gnarled roots, they anchor this ecosystem. Like watchmen, they hold the land, nurture sea life, and breathe life into Mida Creek.
Kwa hii sehemu ya Western Indian Ocean tuko na 8 species za hizi mangrove plants, na zimeanza huko Somalia hadi north of South Africa, mali kunaitwa kwa Zulu Natal. Distributions ziko mingi tu kwa visiwa za Madagascar, Union, kwa fukwe za Eastern Africa, kuanzia Kenya kule Vanga hadi kule Kisimayu ama Kiunga kule Somalia. Kwa hivyo leo tutaona aina tofauti za miti, ingawaje mangrove plants sio kwamba ni familia unique ya plants, bali ni miti ambazo zinatoka kwa familia tofauti za mimea. Kwa hivyo karibuni tutatembea na tuone ni migani tutaona hapa. Karibuni sana. Okay, so tukitembea nataka kuwajulisha kwamba mangrove plants hizi ni plants ambazo ziko tolerant to salt water na pia zinahitaji a brackish environment. So mahali mingi tutaona hizi miti kutakuwa na rivers zina drain kwa ocean kama kule kwa deltas and estuaries. Lakini hapa kwa msitu wetu wa Mida ni maajabu sana, hatuko na river ina flow, but you have underground seepages ambazo zinaleta maji fresh kwa hii mikoko ili iwezeshe kucompensate over high salinity kwa hii area. So alright, hapa tuko na aina moja hii miti ambayo tumesema tutapata aina 8. Hii tunaita Cereops tagal. Hiyo ndio jina yake ya botanical, ama tunaita yellow mangrove. Kwa hivyo hii ni katika familia ya hizi mangrove tunaita Rhizophoracea, na ni miti ambazo zinaweza kabisa kuhimili kustahimili chumvi mingi. Kwa hivyo hapa chini kuna roots zake, kwa sababu hii miti kuishi hapa kuna tunaita adaptation or a mechanism to make them surviving in this saline environment. So down here we have their roots. These are their roots. They are basically pneumatophores or breathing roots. You can see them. This type of knee roots we call them breathing roots, we call them knee roots. They make like knees, and kazi yao kubwa ni kufanya gas exchanging, because in this environment, the environment itself, we call it anaerobic condition, so we have no gases inside the mud. So with these plants to survive here, they have this mechanism of making their roots outside the surface or outside the mud. That's why they can take nitrogen and carbon to the plant. Furthermore, on their leaves, you can see their leaves here. Their leaves, they have like a waxy cuticle around them. This they make them not lose a lot of water during evapotranspiration. So they don't lose, just like desert plants, just like cactus and other plants. So to make them not to lose a lot of water, they use this waxy cuticle. And also they have a very amazing reproduction system, or how the mangrove species they reproduce. Because all of them, they are flowering plants as well. And they rely on a lot of insects like fruit chafers, butterflies, like also honeybees to make pollination, and after that they do fertilization. And after fertilization, these mangrove plants, they produce a young plant. Just like this one, you see them down here. Maybe I can collect one. Yeah, this one here. This is a young plant, and we call it propagule. It's a plant which attached at the parent tree, and when it reaches its maturity, this young plant will fall itself. Let me try if it will go just straight, just like that, and that's how they can regenerate. So as this small, we see them here. These are the regeneration of these mangrove plants, especially the yellow mangrove. So this is one of the mangrove we just see here. So this one is very different, and I said that it comes from the family of mahogany. You know, these mahogany plants. They are very hardwood trees, and they produce good timbers for furniture and so on. So this one, we call it Xylocarpus. Has no common name, and we call it Xylocarpus, or in Swahili we call it Mkomafi. Yeah, and this they have like ribbon-like roots. So here we have over-sedimentation, so many of them we don't see them, their roots good, but that is strong, that one over there. And as it grows, their backs, they just peel them out, as you can see. So they just make like the reptiles. The reptiles, they do molt to get new skin, but this one they just peel to get off or to get rid of the excessive salt from their back. If you can see, it's very different from yellow or the cereops. It has a very dark trunk, and this can grow as tall as 30 meters high. So like if you visit Lamu, we have these Swahili houses, they have like the Swahili ceiling. They call them mazio. So they use them for Swahili ceiling, this kind of trees. And all of these plants, they are termite resistant, so it's very hardwood. And the name of this species, we call it black mangrove, or it can also call the Bruguera gymnorrhiza. That is the scientific name. And this also comes from the same family, like the cereops or the yellow. So they have also propagules, the young plants, like we saw for the yellow mangroves. And also they have waxy cuticle around their leaves, but they don't have a round apex. Like for the yellow, they have round apex, but these are narrow and they have like a point, but they're not macronated, because other species, they are having macronated apex. And also we have some, like the dwellers, we see this odd web spider, or the golden web spider, just making its web there, trapping some soft body insects. So this is not venomous. So a place where it has a very high saline, that means you have different species. So that results to the zonations. So we have, this tree grows at from the high tide mark, the highest, not the high, the highest tide mark to the mean sea level. That's where we have the zonation. So at the highest tide mark, the salt is very high than at the mean sea level. So that results in the zonation. So we see that the plants which are they are tolerant to the high saline, they occur at the landward zone. And those who are less tolerant, they are at the mean sea level, closer to where the low tide stands during low tide. So that's where we can get the trees with very, very low saline, which is very low saline. So in this area, we are at the middle zone. That's why we see the mixtures of the species. But if you get a place where there's a well-developed zonation, you can see like white there, Avicennia, and you see there's a locapage together with Avicennia, and you get the red and yellow and black, and you see the sonorati and others. Okay, so this forest is also a habitat, so that's why we saw the spider over there. And down here we have burrows. These are coming from crabs. We also have mammals like baboons, mongoose, and also have bush babies. We also have snakes like rock pythons. We have these monitor lizards. You get tree skinks, geckos, the dwarf geckos. We also have fish breeding in the channels, prawns as well. Sea turtle using these places are like nursery grounds. So yeah, it's a very, very rich ecosystem.
Climate change is one of the challenges, because like now you can see it's too dry, and when it's too dry it also affects the corals because of the climate change. When the waters get hot, the corals will bleach. They won't be attractive to the tourists. Another one, we have logging within our reserve. Within Watamu, the mangrove are not supposed to be extracted, but because of the community are looking for livelihood, then we have to have such conflict between us and the community. So it's one of the challenges that we are really fighting it. We have illegal fishing, and that illegal fishing is causing overfishing within the reserve. And as our scientists tell us that when overfishing occurs, it's going to have effect to our marine park. We also have political issues, because sometimes when we arrest the fishermen with the illegal gears, the politicians tend to intervene, and then the right procedure is not taken. And then we have a challenge on the illegal gears also itself. We have a gear like monofilament. It's really destructive, and it's mostly used within the reserve. The other challenge that we have, it is beach development. We have development that took place before the gazettement of the park, and they are there, but they are below the high water mark that is required by the lower by the NEMA. And then we have encroachment. There are some new developers or new people who want to invest or doing things, and they're encroaching the riparian area.
We have positive changes, like we have a lot of initiatives like ecotourism activities which are now spreading all over the creek. We have restaurants, we have like people doing mariculture, and also doing tour guiding. So we have like a lot of activities which are intending to benefit the community at large. That's why we are here. If it's not these activities, we could not be here and doing what we are now currently doing. So if we get like people coming down and try to support our initiative, that could be very, very good help, so that in capacity building or also doing a lot of construction, because here maybe we need to have like a path or a nature trail, or having like a walkway which we can go through the forest and explore our beautiful forest. But you can see even now we are limited to do these walks because we don't have those trails to go in here.
These twisted root systems trap oxygen and minerals in salty waters. No easy task. But these forests have mastered survival over centuries. We take to the sea again, in search of Watamu's most beloved residents, dolphins. These aren't just animals, they are marvels of evolution. With brains larger than ours, they use echolocation to communicate and hunt. They mourn their dead. They sleep with half their brain awake. Two species roam these waters: the Indo-Pacific bottlenose, bold and curious, and the endangered Indian Ocean humpback dolphin, shy, graceful, elusive. Did you know that dolphins can shut down half of their brain to sleep? Dolphins sleep with one eye open, literally. They rest half of their brain at a time to stay alert in the water. Did you know that coral reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean, but they support up to 1/4 of marine life? And did you know that dolphins call each other by name? You see, every dolphin has a personal signature whistle, a name that they recognize even years after being apart. And then we dive in. Beneath the surface, we are guests in a brilliant city of light and motion. Fish in all patterns and shades glide through the coral neighborhoods. It's not just a view, it's a revelation. Efforts are underway to conserve and even regrow corals, to preserve this beauty before it's lost. As evening falls, we drift silently across Meader Creek, and the mangroves casting a long shadow in the twilight. We've seen the dolphins. We've swum with the fish. We've glimpsed underwater cities. But it is in this quiet moment that the weight of it all sinks in. This ecosystem, untouched for generations, is fragile. A living testament to what's possible when nature is left to thrive. But for how long?